I think first thing is pretty exciting place to be. I think we as a ball club are excited. There's a ton of history here in this ballpark, in this program. And that being said, we're excited at the chance of trying to come through this regional, right? So, it's not like we're just happy to be here moment, but we are very excited and honored to be able to play in a ballpark like this in front of, potentially in front of fans like this. And you hear kind of the names that have come through this town and this ballpark. It's a pretty special place. So we're very excited. So far, the hospitality has been great. The ribs were very good.
Really good.
Went to Dreamland last night. And we're looking forward to a really good Troy Ball Club tomorrow. We're not looking past them at all. I think it's going to be a really, really good matchup with two really good ball clubs.
Yeah, obviously, anytime that there's the number 17 overall seed involved, you guys were that close to hosting your own regional. Is there any disappointment in that, or is it more like this is an opportunity for us to kind of prove that maybe we should have been in that position?
Is that to me or the boys?
Any and all of you.
I guess I'll start for you. I think, we would respectfully disagree with the committee. But, we also know and understand you gotta, win. If you don't like it, win one more game, right? So we were disappointed when it happened, but at the same time, this team has responded all year long to things going not how we would like them. I think it's probably one of the things that we do best as a ball club. So I think from our standpoint, or from my standpoint, I could say I was disappointed for a bit, and then we say, okay, you got your news now. How are we going to respond, and how do we make it an advantage, right? And obviously, the thing I was very much disappointed for, I was disappointed for our boys, and I was disappointed for there's so many fans and donors and alumni who have done so much for this program. I sort of wanted to reward them to see us play at home in a postseason game on a ballpark that we didn't have 5 years ago. But that being said, there's a ton of excitement for this ball club playing down here. I don't know if you want to hit on it. Wes, you want to start?
Yeah, sure. Coach pretty much hit all the points. We felt we built a good resume to host, and that was our goal. But at the same time, we're used to rolling with the punches, and nothing really ever comes easy. So we're used to it, and we're ready to take on a pretty good regional here. We're excited.
Yeah, going off that, I think there was a feeling within our group that if we were at home hosting or we were here, it's the same. Coaches, they talk about it every day. It's just we're the same no matter what. And it was kind of that feeling, wherever our name was, that we were going to play the same. We're going to compete how we always do, and just focus on one game at a time.
James, I know you just answered it and you were disappointed with the seeding, but just kind of in retrospect here, just the year last year that y'all have to this year and being able to get back into a regional, is it a little bit more special for you, Coach, just to be back in this position after the year you had last year?
Yeah, last year wasn't a lot of fun in a lot of ways, but at the same time, we knew, especially when we had the injuries that we had early on, we knew in a lot of ways we were investing at bats and innings for the future. And it's not that we didn't want to win last year, we did, but we were very young, we were very inexperienced, and we were very injured. And there was a running joke last year that we would go to the trainer and just ask the trainer who was available and just write the names down of whoever is available at this point. It got crazy enough that in our last weekend last year at Clemson, we were one injury away from pitchers going on the field. It just was one of those years. And I can tell you this, we literally had every injury. We had no soft tissue. That was the weird one. No soft. It was all everything from stepping on a bag to a heel to an appendix burst to somebody crashed a scooter. Actually, it was one of those deals. Now, what we talked about at the end of the year, you don't always like how your lessons are taught, but don't miss the lessons. And we talked about that a lot, and I also think it's part of why even that weekend at Clemson, I had a Clemson fan that I don't know grab me at the end of the weekend last year and said, "I can't believe how hard." It's like, I see where you guys are. I can't believe how hard you guys are playing, how hard they're competing, and like, it's like a random guy grabbed me after the game. So I think when you look at, it was not fun going through, but it's part of those lessons are paying dividends, and those at bats are paying dividends, and the innings are paying dividends.
Not a lot of people around here are from where you guys are from, obviously. There is one exception to that, Tommy Seidel, outfielder for Alabama. A Massachusetts guy, played at Harvard for a few years. If any of you guys had any run-ins with him and what you've seen from him as a baseball player over the last few years?
Yeah, I was actually his teammate in Harwich in the Cape, and he's a phenomenal baseball player. Just plays the game hard, and I'm definitely looking forward to seeing him, and I know he's going to give us some tough at-bats, but yeah, it's going to be fun seeing him for sure.
Truthfully, just, I've heard the name, heard the family name, from mutual friends, heard nothing but good things. So, excited to play, across the field from another local guy.
He, really good kid, really good player. We recruited him coming out of Harvard and talked to him, and I have a ton of respect for him. His dad's a friend of mine, actually, and honestly, he and I talked about what his options were, and he just said, I've been up here my whole life. I get a chance to, I want to experience something different, and it's the SEC, and it's Alabama. And I remember saying to him, I said, "Hey, you're a really, really good player, and you're a great kid. I'm going to root for you, and I just hope we never have to play you." It's funny how things work out.
Yeah, you just mentioned, playing an SEC team, and it's reportedly going to be a sellout this weekend. What's the excitement level to kind of play in front of these fans that, in this conference, which the ACC is no pushover, obviously, but
Yeah, we're used to, and I can let these guys say, but playing in front of packed houses, and it's kind of, the ACC, the SEC, it's what we're used to, and we were excited to, Wake was banged out, Carolina was banged out, Clemson's banged out every time you go there. This place will be great, and SEC fans are awesome. They're so much fun to play in front of. It's, we were at Tennessee this year. It's, and I'll let them hit on it, but I think we're excited to experience it.
Yeah, I mean, we're super pumped. But kind of goes back to like what we talked about in the fall. It's the same every single day, whether there's no fans or it's packed out. We're just going to come and compete, and I know we're all looking forward to this one for sure.
Yeah, we're definitely not, too shy of SEC experience. Our freshman year, we went down to Auburn. COVID a little different, but there was, there was still some fans there. Earlier this year at Tennessee. So, SEC, ACC, we're used to playing out on the road in front of packed crowds. But, like Joe said, we play the same either way, and we're definitely excited to play in front of a really passionate fan base. So we're looking forward to it.
I was able to. I used to actually lived in Birmingham for a couple of years when I was scouting. I used to come over here, so I got to experience from a scout standpoint what these fans are like here, and these are great fans.
Just for the three of you, what do you see out of Troy? Really good team in the Sun Belt. Just kind of talk to me about what you all have seen and what you guys are preparing for going into the ball.
Yeah, I don't think we've caught these guys up too much yet. We'll spend some time doing that tomorrow. From my standpoint, we're facing a really good arm tomorrow. He can really pitch. It's a lineup. They've got some speed at the top and the bottom, and they got a ton of thump in the middle. It's a really good ball club, and we have a ton of respect for their staff and how they play. And I think generally, generally down here, you're going to see teams just with some chips on their shoulders as well. You're going to see that coming up for Troy. These guys are. You talk about the experience of playing in an SEC ballpark, and they get to come into a regional and take their shot at an ACC team and an SEC team. You think they're not excited about that? And I think that's not going to be a team that's just excited to be here. They're going to think they have a chance to win this regional, which they should. They're that talented, just like we think we have a chance to win the regional. I mean, I think. And don't overlook Nichols. I think this one's going to be a grind. I think any one of these, we believe we will come out of it, but I think any one of these teams could come out of this regional. It's a really good club. We're excited at the chance to compete against them.